First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus.
We all know a typical Grineer clone. Overly aggressive, unbelievably stupid, and possesses such a hatred for everything non-Grineer that it's honestly kind of frightening. The perfect example of an average Grineer is someone like Lieutenant Let Krell.
Located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Not very intelligent, extremely aggressive, and he holds an immense amount of hatred for all things not Grineer, and probably most things Grineer too. However, one thing that isn't typical about Lieutenant Let Krell is the augmentations that are on his body to help extend his lifespan, and to keep him from succumbing to extensive degenerative disorders that plague the Grineer. You see, the Grineer aren't just clones, they're clones of a clone of a clone, and so on, with that process continuing over and over. With every iteration, the Grineer clones, the disorders get worse and they increase in quantity and danger, and they just die quicker. It's gotten to such a bad state, pretty much any Grineer that wants to have an extended lifespan must be lucky enough to be important enough to receive the countless augmentations that can be used to keep their organs working and to replace their rapidly decaying limbs.
Old Grineer, life too short, mind too small.
Most Grineer, unfortunately, never get the chance to be important and live only a fraction of what original humans did, with the average Grineer clone being extremely lucky to hit the age of 20. The only good thing about the cloning process is that it generally produces such unintelligent specimens they likely never think about their greater purpose, or their doomed and short lives, or the increasingly depressing and ruined state of their own body. The Grineer's one and only respite is that they aren't intelligent enough to watch themselves die at the rapid rate that they do. However, not every specimen created is blessed with the ignorance to be able to ignore their own mortality and the worsting state of the Empire. No, some Grineer clones are born with intelligence, some are cursed with genius level IQ, some are named Tyl Regor. Tyl Regor was cursed with intelligence, he was cursed with compassion, and he was cursed with empathy. He is like almost every other Grineer, a completely unique specimen, one that shows love to his brothers, concern on their worsening condition, and is forced to be tortured with this knowledge.
Old Grineer, life too short, mind too small. My two men overcome, leave old mistakes behind, and all of a sudden along slithers the Tenno, sick things, here to ruin this flesh made right. Jealous. That's why you've come. My two men are too healthy, too resilient, too strong, too vicious. No, wait, that's not jealous, that's frightened.
I know at the end of the intro there, I kind of rode our boy Tyl Regor just a little bit, and almost painted him as a saint among the Grineer. I mean, if you compare him to other Grineer, he actually is a saint. However, he's absolutely not one in the grand scheme of things, but I mean, who really is? The reason that I point this out though, is because Tyl Regor does share a lot of traits with his Grineer brothers that generally make the Grineer a somewhat abhorrent group of individuals. First off, Tyl enjoys causing pain among others, and as you can see through his interactions with the Tenno, Lotus, Corpus, and even the Grineer. Now you can chalk up the love of harming his enemies to just that, wanting to hurt his enemies, because who doesn't love hurting people you don't like, right guys? We all enjoy that. But because of things like his creation of Durnam, not really sure how to say that, but I'm guessing Durnam is right, it's evident that it doesn't matter who he's causing the pain to, he likes it, or at the very least, doesn't mind it at all. Durnam is also evidence that no matter what, his experiments in the name of progress always come first. It doesn't matter if he has to torture a million different Grineer, as long as it furthers his research, that's okay to him. I don't know if you guys know this, but experimenting on intelligent sentient beings is usually frowned upon. There's been very few moments in the entirety of history that experimenting on humans has been encouraged, and those moments are generally regarded as the worst moments in our history. So I think it's very important to point this out, because Tyl Regor is actively experimenting on his own people that feel pain, fear, and so much more. However, I do morally give him a little tiny bit, small amount, very small amount of a pass for his experimentation because the Grineer condition is so incredibly poor, and it may be essential that Tyl Regor studies living specimens, especially considering he's the only scientist in the history of the Grineer to actually make progress towards solving their genetic issues. Which brings us to Tyl Regor's next personality trait, his unbelievable intelligence. And not just in reference to other Grineer, but in reference to literally everyone else in the Origin system. You could make the argument that Tyl Regor is the smartest individual in the entirety of Warframe, due to the frighteningly fast progress he's made towards increasing the condition of Grineer clones. Obviously, entities like the Cephalons have much more knowledge than Tyl Regor due to their immortality, but it really is a debate whether they could actually innovate and develop things like Tyl Regor can.
Grineer researcher Tyl Regor has made alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work would not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also allow for stronger and deadlier genetic molds. Eliminate Regor and put a stop to his work.
Since you really don't see them accomplish any feat as impressive as Tyl Regor's improvement of the Grineer condition, at least I don't think so. And don't forget, Tyl Regor made this progress incredibly quickly. Since Grineer lifespans are so short, and he probably spent a large amount of his short life as a grunt before the Grineer recognized his genius, and on top of that, Lewis has cut his life short, so who knows what he could have potentially accomplished. We basically ended his already short life and ended it to where it was even shorter than that. And he already had accomplished so much in what, like 10 years? Basically what I'm trying to get at is that Tyl Regor is debatably the most intelligent person in the entire galaxy. I think that's incredibly important to point out whenever he's mentioned. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, he found a cure for the infestation, so take that, Cephalon fucktards. Now I know it was just one version of the infestation, but the fact he was able to find a cure for any of it is pretty insane. But anyway, now I want to talk about the most admirable trait of Tyl Regor, his compassion towards his fellow Grineer and the Grineer condition.
This is for the tube men! It's hammer time! Die, lizard, leech, bloody worm!
More than anything else in the entire world, Tyl Regor wants to fix what's wrong with the Grineer, and it genuinely pains him to see his Grineer brothers become frail and die young, and his compassion becomes the most evident when referring to his tubemen. Based on his interactions with us in the game, he essentially views the tubemen as his children, and any harm that befalls them causes him to become enraged and aggressive. I mean, can you guys think of any other Grineer that actually feels sorrow when another of their kind dies? I mean, sure, you have Vahek and Vor hating the Tenno for how they kill Grineer, but do you ever see them become emotionally distressed, reacting to their tubemen or their friends dying?
The Lotus, barking at you, always so calm, always in control. She doesn't care about you, Tenno. She doesn't love you, not like I loved the two men you murdered.
No, I don't think so. Tyl Regor legitimately cares for his tubemen, and that's incredibly admirable. It makes him one of the most sympathetic villains in the entire series. Another example of his friendliness towards his fellow Grineer is his message to Sergeant Skur. After writing a message that was likely too complex for Skur to read, he apologizes sincerely and then writes a message in a way that's more along the lines of something Skur could understand. Finally, the last thing of note when it comes to Tyl Regor's personality is his snarkiness. He has some pretty high quality taunts when it comes to attacking the Tenno. Obviously, this isn't that important, but he has some cool voice lines and shows a little bit more finesse with his taunts than a typical Grineer enemy that just kind of like grunt and say they're going to kill you.
Tell me. Oh, no. Let me see. When I crack open your head fruit, what color juice spills out? You must be feeling guilty. Need to atone? I'll oblige. Let my gavel wring justice off your thin tin skull.
As you guys know, describing the appearance of these bosses is my favorite thing to do in the entire world, and I will now stare lovingly into the soulless robot eyes of Tyl Regor. He is beautiful. I mean, man, his mask is so handsome, not to mention he's so tall. He's literally every woman's and man's dream. I'm not lying here. But now let's get into the actual description of Tyl Regor here. And I'm going to steal this description from the Warframepedia Of course, as I normally do, because I am scum. Tyl Regor wears light blue armor that covers his entire body. Unlike any other Grineer that I can really think of, you literally can't see a single bit of Tyl Regor's actual body. Like, you can't see anything, man. He must be very shy. Part of the reason for that is because he doesn't have either his legs or arms anymore. I meant to say either. Both have been replaced by mechanical attachments. I think it's interesting and good visual storytelling that the guy who's improving the lifespan of Grineer through experimentation has also nearly completely replaced his own body. This implies that Tyl Regor is willing to do whatever he does to others to himself as well, showing how important the improvement of the Grineer condition is to him. Because he does it to himself, guys. That's deep. That's visual storytelling, guys. I love that. He has two antenna-like prongs protruding from his head that look really dumb, but it allows him to attach the shield of his Ack and Brunt onto the top of his head, which is kind of weird, but actually makes the fit look pretty cool. He also has two mechanical yellow eyes on his mask, and for some reason his left eye is larger than his right. I honestly really don't know why that is. In complete honesty, I couldn't really find a reason. My best guess is like maybe the left one's like more focused in, and like it's like more precise, and the right one like... Wait, no. Reverse that. The right one is like more focused in and like sees things more precisely because it's smaller, and then like the left one is like, you know, has a wider field of vision, but it's like not as accurate far away. I don't know if the robot eyes, you think they'd be able to, you know, what? Crazy theories, guys. Whatever, moving on. Anyway, these are the things I think stick out the most about his appearance and actually should be commented on. Obviously, you guys can see everything I didn't describe by the images and videos I've put on screen of him, so if I miss anything you guys think is important about his appearance, guess what? Fucking look at him. Sorry for the aggression there, guys. I kind of lost my train of thought on the eyes thing, and it's well, let's moving on. When talking about Tyl Regor's importance in Warframe, I'm going to try and talk about it in chronological order here, which is why we're going to start with the least important thing he's ever done when it comes to its effects on the greater universe of Warframe. Executioner Darman was a particularly sadistic Grineer officer and is obsessed with harming anything that lives. However, due to the Grineer condition and his constant degradation, Darman, my bad, became worried that he wouldn't be able to participate in his favorite pastime, which was, torturing people. That's what's up. You know, we all enjoy a little bit of torture. Alright, that's normal. We normal people things, right? Since he knew Tyl Regor was the GOAT of genetic research, he went to him to help fix his body and slow the degradation so that he could continue his vile ways. I need to stop using degradation so much because it's hard for me to say. While Tyl Regor helped Darman, he could only operate at his full violent capacity with these new augmentations if he himself was currently in extreme pain. For some reason, Tyl Regor seemed very pleased with this outcome and viewed it as a success. Based on Regor's intelligence and feats, it seems unlikely that it was accidental, and it may be possible that Tyl Regor just felt like being a dick in this scenario, by essentially ensuring Darman will now live a long life full of non-stop pain. Maybe it's because he felt like Darman needed punishment for how he treated his fellow Grineer, or maybe Regor just thought it was funny as shit. Because it kinda is. Darman now spends the rest of his days in Rathum because that's the only place there's no shortage of pain and his violent outbursts are encouraged. Also, fun fact, apparently Darman's the only op in the entire game that drops like a this one mod to make shotguns quiet. I'm not sure if that's still true, but I was doing research for this video, I saw that and much people were complaining about it because apparently he didn't spawn that often. But yeah, moving on to the two men of Regors. Now we covered Darman, we're going to take a look at one of the most important operations in Warframe history, called the Two-Men of Regor. In 2015, we received a message from Lotus, telling us that she intercepted transmissions uncovering Tyl Regor's secret cloning labs, that we would work with either Nef Anyo or Alud V, both of which offered us the exact locations of the labs if we chose to work with them. The exact transcript of the message Lotus sent us is as follows. Tenno! Okay, I'm not doing a female. Tenno! These intercepted I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. We're not locked in. Tenno, these intercepted transmissions promise the opportunity to strike at the heart of Tyl Regor's secret cloning labs, but this opportunity comes with a difficult choice. Alad thinks these labs contain a cure for the infestation that riddles his body. He wants us to find it. Nef Anyo hates Alad and will do anything to keep him from becoming strong again, including destroying the cure he seeks. Both are offering to lead us to the labs. You must decide which is the lesser of the two evils.
Tenno, I admit I've made mistakes. Terrible mistakes that have left me crippled with decay. Now, I ask you for your mercy. Tyl Regor's hidden cloning labs hold secrets. Secrets that could prove most regenerative for me. If I get you into the labs, will you bring me the data I need? What do you say? Will you give a sick man one more chance?
Blasphemy! You must not help Alad purge his body of the infestation. I have an alternate proposition. I pay you to destroy the labs before Alad can get his rancid hands on Tyl Regor's research. The Grineer lose, Alad loses, and the Void is pleased. It's up to you, Tenno. Will you make the righteous choice?
Right out of the gate, the 2 Men of Regor is an absolutely insane quest, requiring us to either work with Alad, who believe that Regor has the means to cure the infestation currently taking over his body, or Nef Anyo, whose sole purpose was to keep Alad from getting the possible cure from Regor. Now you might be asking, why would the Lotus stoop so low to work with someone as corrupt and vile as Alad, or as weird looking as Nef Anyo? Look, he looks weird, guys. Let's just be real here. And it's by his own choice, so it's not bias shaming. He chooses to look like that. Anyway, and the answer is in those transmissions that Lotus referred to in her original message to us. Apparently, Tyl Regor was making significant progress in holding the genetic deterioration of the Grineer and was actually reversing it in some aspects. And the said 2 men that are in the title of the operation are the fruits of this labor. They were stronger, more intelligent, and even more subservient than the average Grineer clone, basically more effective in every single aspect. The Lotus thought it would be worth it to help out either of the Corpus leaders in order to ensure that Tyl Regor doesn't continue to make progress, since if his 2 men became widespread, the Grineer would almost certainly become the dominant faction in the Origin Galaxy. This goes to show just how intelligent Tyl Regor is. When has a Grineer literally ever been feared for their mind and knowledge and not their sadistic and violent tendencies? Never! Not to mention he's so smart that he had more knowledge over the infested than the Orkin, who literally created the infestation. I mean, the fact he had the cure that Alad needed is absolutely insane. This guy really is next level. Sorry for that segment of hardcore cock-riding. Tyl is just one of the most impressive villains in Warframe. I really don't feel like he gets enough credit in the universe. He barely gets mentioned, I feel like. I mean, besides for Ballas, Hunhow, and the Man in the Wall, all 3 of which possess nearly godlike powers, the biggest threat the Origin system has ever faced was from Tyl Regor and his advancements in genetic research. It's likely that if he was able to continue his research, not only would the average Grineer clone skyrocket in power, but he would also find a permanent solution to that infestation. The fact his life was cut so short by us is incredibly unfortunate, because someone on his level could have ended up doing incredibly good things for the Origin Galaxy. It sucks that the villain we tend to work with the most is Alad and not Tyl Regor, because with Tyl Regor, real progress could be made, such as the extermination of the infested, but instead we're stuck with Alad, the biggest asshole in the entire universe.
Oh, look, it's Alad the coward. Quivering behind the lizards? Shameful. Never thought I'd see it. Who am I kidding? Always knew you had no bone in that back. Alad the jellyfish. Stinky, floppy jellyfish. Washed up on the beach now. And then what are you going to do, Jelly? When I come by and poke at you with my stick?
I apologize for getting extremely off track there. Operation 2 Men of Regor was treated as a timed event in the Warframe universe, with players getting to pick who they chose to support by completing a multitude of different invasion missions. In the end, most people chose to save Alad V. This resulted in the official canon of Operation 2 Men of Regor being that the Tenno and Alad V worked together to destroy the labs and research that Regor was using to fix the Grineer condition. And then the Tenno also stole the cure for the infestation from Tyl to give it to Alad V. Obviously, the sequence of events didn't make Tyl Regor very happy. Actually, it enraged him for a variety of different reasons. Let's go ahead and list those very reasonable reasons right here. Number 1, we destroyed his lab, which likely also doubled as his home, along with the home of his brothers. Number 2, we destroyed years upon years of extremely complicated and difficult work that could have cured his brothers and ended the threat of the infestation. Number 3, Tyl Regor considered the 2 men that defended his lab's family almost to the level that one would consider their own children. So essentially what we did was drown hundreds of his family members in an underground lab. After listing all of these reasons out, I think most of us can agree that his anger towards the Tenno and the Lotus is pretty valid. The next quest that Regor is involved in is called Stolen Dreams. In all honesty, he isn't very important to this quest, so we'll just go over the parts that pertain to him. Basically, Tyl Regor hired a treasure hunter named Maru to find several ancient orc and arcane codices for him, hoping that they might hold some sort of information that would help him progress in his genetic research. However, since nothing can ever go right for Tyl Regor, Maru betrays him and breaks a contract with him in order to sell the codices at a higher price to the corpus. After Maru did Tyl incredibly dirty, she runs to the Tenno like a little fucking bitch, fuck Maru, then betrays the corpus as well and tells the Tenno where they can find and steal the codices from them. Honestly, just fuck this bitch. Maru's a bitch, fuck her, I hate her, fuck her. So now the Tenno have once again pissed off Tyl Regor by protecting the person who literally just robbed him. And it's not like a moral thing here, it's like a moral conundrum here. She literally just robbed him and broke her contract. She's completely in the wrong here. Regor did nothing wrong. So if we're keeping track here, the Tenno have now killed Regor's family, destroyed his home, destroyed his life's work, and assisted someone who is just stealing from him. Tyl Regor has done a whopping nothing at this point to actually hurt anyone. You can argue trying to find a cure for the Grineer would hurt the whole galaxy, but it would be extremely difficult to convince me that finding a cure for your dying race is a morally wrong thing to do. Tyl Regor has ironically been the victim this entire time. Now, I'm not saying the Tenno shouldn't have destroyed his lab, because it's obviously a necessary evil to stop the Grineer. However, that doesn't mean that Regor was in the wrong at all. That's essentially the extent of Regor's involvement in Stolen Dreams, though. Basically, he showed up, got scammed, was stopped from getting revenge, and then got fucked. While Tyl Regor was relevant in Citrus's Last Wish, his presence really isn't felt a ton during this quest, not like it normally is, really in my opinion. The reason I say this is because a lot of the enemies you'll be fighting throughout Citrus's Last Wish were sent by Tyl Regor. However, you won't really interact a ton with him in this quest besides some voice lines, and the main objective of this quest doesn't really deal a ton with the Grineer, just stopping them from getting the crystals, I guess. I mean, I do think it's important to talk about his motives for being involved in this situation, which do make a lot of sense. Tyl Regor learned that the Warframe citrine had completely encased the Archimedeans Belric and Rania in a crystal-like substance, effectively preserving their bodies since the Old War. The reason that Tyl Regor was so interested in these crystals is because the Archimedeans are actually just straight-up healthy humans, who likely share somewhat similar DNA to whoever was used as the original Grineer clone.
Old War. Warframe made crystal caskets. Caskets for who? Belric and Rania. Mighty good genes they had, yes. Genes for the 2 men. Smash the crystals, take the genes, do the science. My 2 men get stronger.
Well, I mean, they aren't, like, actually healthy because they're dead and have been frozen in crystals for basically hundreds of years, but, like, their DNA might still be healthy in the attack or something like that. I'm not really sure, I'm not a scientist, but Tyl Regor believes that he could use their ancient DNA to help restore current Grineer clones, which honestly makes a lot of sense, I guess. Kind of like our current woolly mammoth situation, maybe. Can't we, like, make woolly mammoths or something? I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. Actually, someone in the comments let me know about that woolly mammoth stuff. Is it possible to bring back, or at least create, like, a hybrid woolly mammoth if we inject, like, woolly DNA into a current female elephant egg? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be getting my genetic and biological information from Jurassic Park, but that's really all I got here, guys. I'm not a genius here. I took one biology course in college. That's all I got. Basically, Tyl Regor saw the 2 scientists in the crystals like that one old dude saw the mosquito trapped in that amber. In fairness to Tyl Regor, I think having 2 entire human bodies to dissect would be significantly more useful than a mosquito that apparently drank the blood of a bunch of different dinos, if I'm being honest. I think that's how the movie went. Anyway, that one biology class I took in college is coming in extremely clutch right now. Also, guys, please like and subscribe, so maybe I can eventually drop out of college like all my favorite YouTubers have, even though I graduated in less than a year. 100k subs, I drop out. Let's go, baby. Make it happen. Anyway, I think we can move on now. I've read enough about stuff I don't understand. And, yeah, Tyl Regor was, he was in this quest, but wasn't, like, integral, I guess. I don't know. The next quest that Tyl Regor had a significant amount of involvement in is called Neta. Now, Neta was an incredibly important quest in Warframe, and honestly explains so much about the Orokin, the Tenno, and the Lotus, not to mention the quest had introduced the Sentients. Neta answered like 50 different questions we had about the Warframe universe, and it made us ask about 1,000 more. So instead of doing a full recap of this quest, I'll instead just talk about Tyl Regor's relevance in this quest, so I don't end up sitting here talking about, for the next 3 hours, talking about this for the next 3 hours. I mean, this is already my second long script. Actually, at this point, it's actually my longest script. And I still have a significant amount of writing to do, so we're just not going to get into all of that right now. Tyl Regor had found some sort of ancient tomb that was seemingly created by the Orokin, who hundreds of years ago had ruled the galaxy and held a ridiculous amount of power. The Orokin were also the people who created the Grineer, so the idea of finding some long-lost Orokin tomb was very intriguing to Regor, and he thought that he could find helpful artifacts for his research. He then begins excavating the tomb in the hopes of finding some useful artifacts. However, his excavation attempts cause sentient beings called Oculists to awaken. While I'm not 100% sure on this, or honestly even a little bit sure, I saw several people claiming that the Oculists we see are actually parts of Hunhao that he had split from himself, since sentients are apparently able to reproduce through division. Also, Hunhao is like the king leader of all sentients, dad of Lotus, a lot of complicated stuff. I have a more detailed talk on the Orokin and the sentients if you go and look at my Ballast video, which I do recommend because I like money and also I think it's a good video. Anyway, the Oculus being awakened frightened the Lotus, and this resulted in the Tenno eventually being sent to ensure that the excavation of the tomb be stopped. While fighting off Grineer forces in the tomb, Hunhao, the leader of the Sentients, awakened and caused Tyl Regor to retreat, officially ending his attempts to excavate the tomb and learn more of the Sentients and Orokin. Tyl Regor blamed the awakening of the Sentients on the Tenno for interfering with the excavation, causing him to become incredibly enraged by the Tenno for once again significantly harming his research. I mean, if we're keeping a list of how many times the Tenno have wronged Tyl, when Tyl has done nothing to provoke him, it's pretty long. So let's go over it. Attacked and destroyed his home, killed hundreds of Grineer that he essentially considered his children, destroyed his research into fixing the condition that plagues his people. That's literally so messed up. Stole his research that involved reversing the effects of the infestation. Defended Maru when she blatantly robbed him. Stole the crystallized bodies of Beleric and Rhaenyra, which prevented him from doing research on them. And finally, we interrupted his excavation of a sentient tomb. So honestly, Tyl Regor hating us kind of makes sense. I mean, I agree with the Tenno taking all of these actions. We're not in the wrong here, but Tyl Regor probably isn't going to be willing to see it from our perspective. Anyway, us constantly foiling Tyl Regor's plans and ruining his life led to him calling us out and challenge us in the Titania sector. We responded to his call out and dispatched Tyl Regor in the Titania sector, officially ending the life of one of the greatest minds in the history of the Origin system.
Tenno, you seal my tomb. You kill my tomb men. Not acceptable behavior. Our differences need to be settled. So, you know where I am. Come, get me. Just try.
I'm taking a poll on everybody's favorite Grineer boss. Tyl Regor overwhelmingly won, and I mean like by like 40% over the next person, which is insane in a poll with 4 different options. I think that's because he's one of the few villains in Warframe who's actually sympathetic. There's so many villains, like Nef Anyo, Ballast, the Twin Queens, and Vahek, that are nearly cartoonishly evil in the game, that actually seeing one with compassion and love for his fellow soldiers really connects with us. Not only that, but Tyl Regor doesn't really antagonize or target us that much until after we start messing with him. He kind of just kept to himself and did his own thing until we attacked his C-Lab. The fact that Tyl Regor seems more like an enemy because of circumstance and not because of his moral standing just really makes him stand out among most of the major enemies in Warframe. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of Tyl Regor and what you think of the videos. I know this video went on for a very long time, so I do appreciate everyone who made it this far. And if you did make it this far, I wouldn't mind a little like and subscribe, baby. That'd be very sexy and cool of you. Beyond that, I apologize for it taking me so long to get this video out. Like I said previously, in a post I think a few days ago, or weeks, a week at this point even, I have a family member and a pet that are both recovering from surgery. I just found out my one of my dogs has cancer, so it's been a somewhat stressful time. Not to guilt trip you guys for me not making a video for a while, but it has been very stressful. So I've been busy, so I do apologize. This video obviously requires much more work than like the weapon videos I make. So the combination of stuff going on in my real life and the video itself taking longer just naturally is what made it take so long for me to release this video, which is insane. I know, I do apologize, it is my fault. I'll also probably be dropping videos about trying new Warframes for the first time. I have the Banshee Warframe I want to try out, I've never used before, Prime Hildren, and a Prime Baruch Warframe that I want to make videos about. And I have all of them done crafting, so expect that in the near future, maybe 2 or 3 days for the first one, maybe sooner than that, I don't know, it depends if I can really focus on my work right now, because like I said, I am somewhat busy. I also released some weapon videos, of course, that I'll keep going for as long as this channel exists, probably. I do really enjoy doing those. When it comes to the next boss video, they'll probably be on a Corpus enemy, because I don't know if I've done a single Corpus enemy yet besides the Sergeant, who doesn't even count. So start leaving suggestions in the comments below for that, please. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment, and have a blessed day. See you guys all in the next one. I do hope I do see you guys. I love you guys. It's been a lot of fun making these videos. And yeah, peace out. Stay blessed. After like years, probably at the end of the video, because I don't want to fuck up the flow of the video, but we are indeed, this is just me fighting Tyl Regor doing this mission. It's actually been
Grenier researcher Tyl Regor has made alarming
It's
strides
Regor?
in the field of gene repair.
It's
His
Regor?
work would not
Oh my
only
gosh.
reverse centuries
See,
of deterioration
that's why
due to excessive
that's why I need the research for this
but
video,
also
bro.
allow for
Cause let's call him
stronger
Tyl Regor,
and
bro.
deadlier
It's Tyl
developments.
Regor, bro. Tyl Regor.
Eliminate Regor and put a stop to
Eliminate
his work.
Regor. Regor. That's a wait. Tyl Regor. I'm
very
fucking
excited
cooked.
now.
I'm cooked. I can't say his name right at all.
Always learn so much from a live dissection.
He unironically has the best voice in the game. Like in all actuality, Tyl
Stay
Regor.
focused.
His
There's a
name's
heavy
it's Regor,
infiltration.
really? He has the best voice in the entire game. Now, that shit is so clean sounding. Alright, we just destroyed that Grenier.
Dissection. No. That sounds too humane.
Bro, he sounds so clean. He sounds so sophisticated, bro. He's so much more sophisticated than every other Grenier in the game. It's actually insane. He sounds so handsome. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It sounds handsome as fuck. That's a sexy ass sounding motherfucker. I would let him do some crazy things to me. Did I really just say that?
You had me anxious.
Wait,
Jenna.
okay, he's gone.
Nervous. Pacing even. Didn't think you'd come. Such a relief. I'll finally get the chance to hurt you.
His voice lines are so cold. Oh my lord. Okay, I need to fight him like once every week just to hear him talk, bro. Okay, we're here. Lock in.
The Lotus, barking at you. Always so calm. Always
way.
in control. She doesn't care about you, Tenno. She doesn't love First you, Tenno. Next, your Lotus.
Okay, he recognizes the Lotus. You don't see that very often. Okay. Let's go, Tyl. Regor.
Come near me,
Regor?
and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
Oh, he's gonna pound me. Okay. That sounds kind of sus, bro. Damn, he's fast as hell. Where the hell did he go? Where the fuck are you at? What the fuck? Where is he? Am I tripping? Ah! He's him! Where's this motherfucker going, dude? Where the fuck? Oh yeah, we just cooked him. Whoop. I think he makes the water rise. That's what I remember. Holy shit! I think last time I played, they didn't have all this shit happen for real. I don't remember this happening last time I played. It looks so much cleaner. Oh my gosh. And then the lights coming in when you come in. Was that an update, bro? Because that was actually clean, bro. Like, it's actually been probably, like, years. Like, literally, like, 3 or 4 years since I actually fought him. Like, no joke. Like, unironically. I know that's insane. What are these things? Oh, it's his little... Woo! Where did that guy go? Where did he go?
Die, lizard, leech.
Oh, he's in the door. Dude, he's getting kind of upset. You're getting kind of upset, man. I think you need therapy. Okay, can you not? Can I aim? Can I aim not like a bitch? Finally. Okay, we got the kill. He's back. He's back in action. He's back in action. You're not him. You're not him. Where's he at? Yeah, you're not him, bro. Sorry, Brody. You're not him. Sorry, Brody. You're not him. What's he doing? Is he destroying more shit? That's a shark!
Nowhere left to hide.
I never seen that shit before. Look at that.
Left to run.
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa, what is that laugh, bro? Who is that? Oh, this site is crazy. It's kind of scary. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of missed the shark. Whoa. Yo, chill out. Chill out.
This is for the tube men.
I get it. I understand. It's for your tube men, bro. What about me, though? Do it for me. Do it for me, daddy. I mean, do it for me, baby. Alright. Come back, bro. You can come back, bro? I think that hurts me if I go in the water because there's like electricity and shit. You can come back, bro? You can come back, bro? You can come back, bro? What are you doing? What is he doing? Do I have to go in the water? I don't think I do. Ah! Must sneaked up on me. He's baiting. He's baiting! Where'd my fuck go? Motherfucker sneaky. He dead as hell too. He dead as hell. Dead as hell. W mission. W mission.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
Yes, mommy. Yes, mommy. I'll get to extraction. Okay, that's actually a badass fight, bro. Tyl is fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna stop saying his last name because I think I keep saying it wrong. But that was actually just a badass fight. I'm not gonna lie. He's actually just sick, dude. The voice actor is insane. The fight with the lights coming on when you first walk in is awesome. The maniacal laughter, the fucking quips and threats. It's actually probably one of the best assassinations of the game, like unironically. Just like thematically, it's one of the best setups in the whole game. I'm kind of riding his cock right now, but you know, it's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty fun. Anyway, let's get all this loot real quick. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this video, baby, and we can really talk about my boy. Peace in.